Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world. As you have seen in the title, today we have a very exciting video because we are doing a Cartier unboxing. So it's been a long time I haven't filmed a seated video, so I'm very happy to be back with a very exciting one. Before that, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. My name is Nicolas, I'm a Frenchie located in California, and I've created this platform or this channel to mainly talk about fashion, luxury items, bags, vintage stuff. This is something you and I have in common. Please do not hesitate to subscribe to this channel, that way we can become internet friends. So if you have watched my last video that I have uploaded on this channel, which was our 1 month trip in Europe, you have seen that my partner and I have spent a few days in Paris recently, and in order to celebrate our 5th year anniversary, which was actually last September, but we were a little bit late in the celebration, we decided to treat each other with very nice gift from Cartier. And yes, for our 5th year anniversary, we thought that buying each other very nice watches would be a very special gift for us. So naturally we went to the most famous Cartier store in Paris, which is very close to La Place Vendôme. So the Vendôme, Place Vendôme area is a jewelry neighborhood in Paris, and the Cartier store, the most famous Cartier store, is actually located at 13 Rue de la Paix, and that was the first Cartier store in Paris. I think Louis Cartier, which was the eldest of the Cartier brothers, decided to install this giant store of Cartier in 1899, so it has seen a lot of things that you can imagine, and the store is really incredible. I mean, I think there is 3 or 4 different levels, and the staff is very friendly. Also have a level for the high jewelry, which is stunning. And so once we entered in this very famous Cartier store, we were immediately greeted by the first sales associate we saw, and she asked us what we were after, so we explained that to her, and she said, okay, very good, I'm gonna assign you to your essay, but in the meantime you can, you know, work the store, which we did, and it was a great moment as well. And so I will say that between 5 or 10 minutes later, our sales associate greeted us and brought us to one of the special rooms. I don't think it was like a VIP room or anything like that, but it was just a, you know, a more private room. And the service was very great from the beginning to the end, I have to say. So we were asked what we wanted to drink, so we had champagne and sparkling water. And I have to say that what I liked the most during this process is, number one, the store was not crowded at all, so it didn't feel like a crowded experience. It really felt like, you know, more relaxed. And the second part was that it didn't feel rushed at all. So he asked us a lot of questions, he let us thought through everything, because, you know, we had a good idea of what we wanted, what type of watch we wanted to buy to each other, but we were also kind of like not sure about all of the models that were existing out there. So we asked him to see a lot of different models, and we also asked him for his opinion, what would look good for us. It was truly like a nice exchange between us, which was great. An interesting fact is that he was able to bring only 3 watches at a time. So every time we were selecting one watches, we kept it, and every time we were like, okay, this one definitely doesn't work, he was removing it and brought a new one. So it was great to see where our opinion, you know, evolved there. I have to say that we almost stick to what we initially wanted, and I would say that maybe after an hour spending at the store, we were pretty set on what we wanted, but I still needed some time to reflect on the purchase we were about to make. So I told Ryan, I think we need to have lunch now, and that way we can, you know, think that through just between you and me, and come back a bit later after lunch to actually buy the watches. Cartier is definitely manufacturing some very expensive watches, so you want to make sure you are buying the right one for you. So we went to a very nice lunch place very close to Place Vendôme, and then we came back to Cartier Rue de la Paix, and we were greeted by the same sales associate. He took us back to the same room, and we told him, okay, I think we are ready to go. This is our plan, and we are ready to do it. So, and then the sales associate came back with 2 of those boxes containing our watches, and I'm gonna show you the watch finally now. So we have a double packaging situation here. The big one has a Cartier writing on it, and you open it like so. And the other one is actually the watch case. I'm gonna finally show you now, so you can see it's very Cartier recognizable. It's such a beautiful box. I think I will keep that forever. And then once you press the button here, you will see the watch I have chosen, which is the Santos, the Cartier watch. the medium model. And as you can see here, I'm going to do some close-up obviously. This is their steel and 18 karat gold case. So it's a very, very beautiful and unique piece that I feel so lucky to have. I mean, I would have never thought that one day I will be able to own this beautiful piece. And so it's super interesting because I always had on my Pinterest account a dedicated file for the Cartier Tank watch, which is, you know, one of the most famous watch from Cartier, I believe, very vintage looking. I always thought that the first Cartier watch I will buy, if I would be able to buy one day, will be this one. And you know, recently, I would say the last couple of years, I thought that it would be a less actually versatile watch to have. I don't plan to have a ton of watches in my collection. I really thought that, you know what, it's such a beautiful watch, but it's probably less versatile than this one, which is very surprising because this one looks more like a sports watch, but I feel like the combination of the steel and the gold really gives like this vintage look that I wanted. So it's a perfect combination in between kind of a vintage looking watch and a more decontracted watch. So once you buy one of these watch, Cartier is actually giving you some leather bracelet also in case you want a chain. And so they gave me this light brown bracelet to go with it, and you can shape that at home with a specific tool. It's very easy. It's very funny how taste can change, but I really believe that this watch is definitely the one that suits me the most and or suit my style the most right now. And concerning the watch of Ryan, the funny part of the story is he was also very attracted to the Tank originally, but once he tried this medium model of the Santos de Cartier, he also decided that it was a model made for him, so he actually went for this one as well. The only difference with mine is really just with steel, so there is not the steel and gold combination, which, you know, is a great detail, especially when we are wearing the watches together. So it's very, I think, nice for our 5th year anniversary that we bought each other the same type of watch, but there is still a little bit of difference between those two items. And our sales associate and the customer service of Cartier was actually very nice. You know, they also gave us a couple of items. So we had a fragrance that I'm not sure where it is. I think it's under the bathroom. I haven't tried it yet. What is this? A lotion to clean the watches in this very beautiful box here. We had a little candle. On the candle you can see the facade of the Rue de la Paix Cartier store, which is very pretty with the panther. Okay, that was the very fun, exciting, amazing, incredible side of the story, right? Now it's time to tell you what happened 2 weeks later, because if you watch my previous video and if you are watching this one, you are wondering, wait, you actually shared with us that something very bad happened to your watch when you were in Toulouse in France. And yes, so let me tell you all about it now. After we went to Paris, we decided to go to my family house in Aveyron and then in Toulouse. And in Toulouse, while we were there, we were celebrating one of my cousin's birthday. And at the end of the day, so after dinner, some of my cousin and myself included, we decided, okay, let's go to a bar and let's you know, have a couple of drinks, just because we never see each other and we want to continue celebrating with each other, so let's do that. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I mean there is no point to this, but what you have to know is when we were in line to enter in a bar, unfortunately some weird guys approached us, me and one of my cousins. I'm not sure where the other one were at this time, but me and my cousin were waiting in line to enter in a bar, and two weird persons approached us and starting to talk to us. Not very aggressively, but they were definitely animated and they were definitely touching us, so they were like, you know, being physical with us. And that's what someone told me right after that really hit me. When someone is touching you in different parts of your body at the same time, you don't realize sometimes what they are doing exactly to your body, and that's exactly what happened to me, unfortunately. So while they were touching a bit my legs and my shoulder, they were able to, unfortunately, remove my watch from my wrist. So they stole my watch. And I didn't realize that right away, unfortunately as well. They left and we were like, okay, that was a weird encounter, but neither her or myself really realized what happened there. And unfortunately, I realized that my watch was missing from my wrist 30 minutes after the incident. So I, immediately asked everyone around me if they have seen the watch. I've asked, their bouncer of the bar, or like anyone, the staff of the bar, and obviously no one had seen the watch, because I was pretty sure that, I knew that the guy that talked to us in the line to enter the bar, they were the one behind that. So I was truly devastated, and the worst part is Ryan was not with me at this moment, and I was like, oh my god, how I'm gonna share that with Ryan. We literally just bought those watches. And I cannot tell you how frustrated I was about this situation. I mean, I guess you can really imagine. It was our 5th year anniversary that was gone like that, and it was a very expensive watch, as you know. And also I was super mad at myself, because I tend to forget how it is to be when you are in France, and I live in California, in a very secure place, and you don't really think about this anymore. When you go out at night, you don't really think about don't wear this, don't wear that, be careful. And unfortunately in France, in certain part of France, past a certain time, you have to be careful. And I'm not saying that, France is a dangerous place and you have to be careful all the time, but you do need to be more careful than in the US, I believe, yes. And it's very unfortunate, it's very sad, it's very frustrating, but that's the world we are living in sometimes. So you have to be smart, or smarter about your decision, and you have to think ahead. I don't intend to scare anyone to go to France and to wear whatever they want, but I think my point is, make smarter decision than what I made this day. Just watch a little bit what's happening, and you probably do that, but that night I was not doing it, and that was really very unfortunate, and I'm still mad at myself, obviously. This thing will not go away like that. But yeah, that's what happened. So what I did next, my priority was to file a police report. We were leaving a few days after this happened, so I really needed to have an appointment very soon. And that's another part too, is to have an appointment for this type of situation. It's not really the priority of the police. I had to force myself into getting an appointment. I had to wake up really early one day and to go there and be the first one in line to be able to have my claim taken care of. Yeah, so I was able to see someone. They were able to take my claim. I also decided to call Cartier, to call our sales associate, to let him know, this is what happened. Do you have any advice for us? He was very nice. He was on vacation actually, and he took my call. He immediately said, I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, we are saying that way too often. So he was not really a stranger to this type of situation. Knew that this happened a lot, unfortunately. And you know what? He actually changed the trajectory of this situation, because he mentioned, you guys should check the insurance that you have with your card. I'm sure with the American Express that you guys pay, we were paying with an American Express. And he was like, you both pay with American Express. Check your insurance plan. Check what you have. I was like, okay, yeah, we didn't think about doing so. It was like 24 or 48 hours after this happened. And indeed, and that's maybe a tip that you guys already know, or maybe you don't know, but in case you don't know, this is useful tips. American Express, once you are platinum, you can file a claim for a stolen object up to 50k per year and 10k per item. And this works for something you have buy for yourself or a gift. It's not sponsored by American Express by any means. We immediately contacting the claim service of American Express, and they obviously ask us for the police report. They ask us for more details. We were able to talk to them a couple of times, and I'm very happy to share that they were able to reimburse about 85% of the price of this watch. So once we knew that we were able to get most of our money back, we decided to rebuy the watch, because we were lucky enough to stop by in Paris for 24 hours before coming back to the US. So we decided to come back to the Cartier store, the same Cartier store, to see the same sales associate that was very happy to see us again, I have to say, because in the space of like a month we were able to purchase 3 watches. Then allegedly that was the last medium model Santos de Cartier in gold and steel, allegedly. Anyway, we were very happy to be able to have this story behind us and for both of us to have our watch. So at the end of the day, you know, we lost a little bit of money. I didn't get hurt or anything. I feel very lucky that we are able to have that work then, you know, fixed. And that's where we were able really to focus on the good side of this story and not the wrong side of this story. So Cartier gave me a different leather bracelet. So they initially gave me, you know, the light brown one, and they gave me the dark brown one. Then I'm not sure if I'm gonna use them, but at least I have those. They also give you, by the way, I forgot to mention that, but the little tool to remove the, I think, screw life in one of the part of this if you want to make your watch tighter or actually looser. And they are also giving you the authenticity card, and they also gave us a little gift because we were buying 3 watches instead of 2. They were kind enough to give us a vase, which is also the facade of the Rue de la Paix store, still with the panthère, so it's the same design than the candle here. Oh, and I forgot to mention that once I declared to Cartier that my watch was stolen, they took the serial number of this watch, and they have an internal system. I'm not sure exactly about the detail, but they have an internal system, and so they have the serial number associated with this watch. So as a result, if the watch that has been stolen to me is being resold to someone, and if this person is bringing it to Cartier, they will take it and they will let me know. That's will be unfortunate for the person that's buy it and don't know about this situation, but that's what's happening with stolen watches. So, anyway, that was a long explanation, I guess, about everything that happened, but at least you have, you know, better overview of the situation. This story is ending very positively, and this is such a special piece that I hope I will have forever. I love this watch so much. I think it goes with everything I wear, and I'm so glad that my partner have almost exactly the same one. And we told each other that, you know, we still love the tank one, so maybe for 10 years anniversary we'll go back to Cartier, to the same place, and we will treat each other to a new watch. We'll see. But yeah, for now we are very happy with this one, and I don't plan to add another one anytime soon to my collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. It turns into a little story time, but hopefully, hey, you like to listen to me ramble. If this is the case, please give me a thumbs up. Don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel again if you have not done so yet. And again, I hope you are doing amazing. I hope you're having a beautiful summer or winter depending on where you are, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!